I still can't believe this happened, the HOA. Fined me over my driveway, but the judge made Karen destroy hers, so here's how it went down. I live in a quiet neighborhood, and honestly, I kept to myself. I worked hard every day, and on weekends, I just wanted peace. So one Saturday, I decided to upgrade my old cracked driveway. Nothing fancy, just clean new concrete, and a few decorative stones to make it look nice. But the very next morning, Karen, the self-proclaimed queen of the HOA, stormed over waving her little clipboard, saying my driveway violated community guidelines. Apparently the color of my stones wasn't. And in her approved palette, I laughed at first because it sounded insane, but then I got a letter in the mail with a $500 fine and a threat of more if I didn't. To replace it, Karen started walking by every day, pointing and making snide comments, even telling neighbors I was lowering property values when I ignored her. She called the HOA board, and suddenly I was hit with a notice that they might place a lien on my house if I didn't comply. I thought it was a nightmare, but it got worse. Karen called the cops one evening saying my construction crew had damaged her lawn even though they never touched her yard, so now I had police knocking on my door and I was humiliated. But here's the twist. I wasn't stupid. I kept every receipt, every picture, every detail of the project, and when the HOA dragged me into a hearing, I lawyered up and found out something juicy. Karen herself had installed a massive decorative stone driveway. Last year, without ever getting HOA approval, she thought no one noticed but my lawyer. Subpoenaed the records, and sure enough, her application was denied, but she built it. Anyway, the board didn't say a word because Karen bullied them into silence, so I filed my case, and the judge wasn't having any of it. He looked at the photos of my driveway, then at hers, and literally laughed in court. He said mine was perfectly within code, but hers was a direct violation, and since she enforced the rules selectively, he ordered her to not only drop all fines against me, but also rip out her entire driveway and rebuild it at her own expense. When the order came down, Karen turned red in the face and started shouting about unfair treatment, but the judge banged his gavel and told her if she didn't comply, she'd be held in contempt. The best part was watching the construction crew jackhammer her massive fancy driveway into pieces while the whole neighborhood stood outside cheering. I walked by sipping my coffee, and she glared at me, but she couldn't say a word. And let me tell you, there's no sweeter sound than Karen's $20,000 driveway turning into rubble. So yeah, they fined me for my driveway, but in the end, the judge made Karen destroy hers. And that, my friends, is how justice tastes. And if you loved this story and want more insane HOA and Karen revenge tales, then hit that subscribe button right now, because trust me, you don't want to miss the next one.